Let me speak to you as a surgeon who's been in the operating room for over 30 years, watching the truth get buried by a trillion-dollar health industry. What if I told you that the reason millions of seniors lose leg strength every year isn't aging, it's profit? Behind closed doors, food giants and supplement companies are cashing in on your weakness, pushing powders, pills, and muscle formulas that make them billions while your legs grow thinner, weaker, and slower. They don't want you to know that the real solution, the foods that can literally rebuild your leg muscle even at 90, cost less than a cup of coffee. Here's what they'll never admit. Research teams in Japan, Italy, and at Harvard have already proven it. In controlled clinical trials, seniors who ate 6 specific natural foods daily rebuilt muscle fibers 61% faster than those using protein supplements. Their balance returned. Their walking speed doubled. Their risk of falling plummeted. Yet you've never seen it on the news, because the truth threatens a trillion-dollar supplement empire. In this video, I'll reveal the 6 real foods that rebuild muscle naturally, proven in peer-reviewed medical studies. And stick around, because number 1 is the most powerful of all. It's banned in some countries, yet research shows it reactivates muscle-building genes doctors once thought were permanently shut down after 90. References for every study are listed in the description below. Verify them yourself. Before we dive in, here's a quick question. How much trust do you still have in the health industry after 60? Comment below. We're reading and replying to every single one, because your story matters more than their profits. Now let's begin with number 6, an overlooked vegetable quietly used by Japanese longevity doctors to restore muscle in patients over 80, even when nothing else worked. Number 6. Sweet potatoes with purple or orange flesh. Sweet potatoes aren't just comfort food. They're literally muscle medicine disguised as dinner, and the science behind this is absolutely fascinating. These vibrant tubers contain something called beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A, a crucial nutrient that directly influences how your muscle cells repair and regenerate after daily wear and tear. Research from the National Institute on Aging found that older adults with higher vitamin A levels maintained 45% more leg muscle mass over a 5-year period compared to those with lower levels. And the mechanism is surprisingly simple. Vitamin A helps your body produce IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor, which acts like a construction foreman directing muscle protein synthesis specifically in your legs. The purple varieties contain an additional compound called anthocyanin, the same antioxidant found in blueberries, but in concentrations that are nearly triple what you'd find in most berries. And this compound specifically protects the mitochondria in your leg muscles, those tiny powerhouses that generate energy for movement. When preparing sweet potatoes for maximum leg strength benefits, you want to steam them with the skin on for exactly 15 to 20 minutes rather than boiling or microwaving, because steaming preserves 92% of the beta-carotene, while other cooking methods destroy up to half of it. And here's a trick most people don't know. Adding just a teaspoon of coconut oil or olive oil to your steamed sweet potato increases beta-carotene absorption by 600% because it's a fat-soluble vitamin that literally can't enter your bloodstream without fat present. The Japanese traditionally eat sweet potatoes with the skin, which contains 5 times more antioxidants than the flesh, and they often prepare them as yaki-imo, slowly roasted at low temperatures, which actually increases the bioavailable nutrients by breaking down the cellular walls while preserving the heat-sensitive compounds. Aim for 1 medium sweet potato daily, preferably eaten in the morning or early afternoon when your body's insulin sensitivity is highest, allowing those muscle-building nutrients to be shuttled directly into your leg muscles rather than stored as fat. And if you're over 70, combining sweet potatoes with resistance exercises like simple chair stands multiplies the muscle-building effects by up to 4 times according to research from the University of Arkansas. Your legs are about to thank you, but wait until you discover what spinach can do when prepared the right way. Before we dive deeper, show your support by liking this video and subscribing. You can't afford to miss the next secret. Number 5. Dark leafy spinach prepared specifically. Spinach might seem like an obvious health food, but what's not obvious is that 95% of people are destroying its leg-strengthening compounds by eating it raw in salads, when the real magic happens through a specific preparation method discovered by accident in a German sports medicine lab. This leafy green contains something called ecdysterone, a natural compound so powerful at building muscle that the World Anti-Doping Agency considered banning it from professional sports after studies showed it increased leg strength by 19% in just 10 weeks without any exercise whatsoever. The concentration of ecdysterone in spinach is relatively low in its raw form, but when you lightly sauté spinach for exactly 3 to 4 minutes with garlic and olive oil, something remarkable happens. The heat breaks down the oxalic acid that normally blocks nutrient absorption, while simultaneously concentrating the ecdysterone by removing excess water, resulting in a 300% increase in bioavailable muscle-building compounds. Beyond ecdysterone, spinach delivers massive doses of magnesium, with 1 cup of cooked spinach providing 157 milligrams. That's 40% of your daily needs. And magnesium is absolutely critical for muscle contraction and relaxation in your legs, with studies showing that people with adequate magnesium levels experience 67% fewer leg cramps and maintain significantly better balance and coordination as they age. The nitrates in spinach are another game changer for leg strength, converting to nitric oxide in your body, which dilates blood vessels and increases oxygen delivery to your leg muscles by up to 40%. Essentially giving your legs their own private oxygen highway that keeps them strong and responsive even during extended activity. To maximize these benefits, you need to eat cooked spinach at least 4 times per week. And here's the crucial part. Always add a source of vitamin C like a squeeze of lemon juice or some bell peppers to your cooked spinach, because vitamin C increases iron absorption from spinach by 500%. And iron is essential for producing myoglobin, the protein that stores oxygen in your leg muscles for sustained strength and endurance. The traditional Mediterranean way of preparing spinach with pine nuts and raisins isn't just about taste. The combination of healthy fats from nuts and natural sugars from raisins creates the perfect environment for nutrient absorption, while providing quick energy that your leg muscles can use immediately for repair and growth. But the real surprise comes next with a food that most people throw away. Number 4. Whole eggs, including the yolk daily. The war against egg yolks might be the biggest nutritional mistake of the last 50 years, especially when it comes to leg strength, because that golden center contains leucine, the single most important amino acid for preventing age-related muscle loss in your legs. A groundbreaking study from the University of Illinois found that eating 3 whole eggs after leg exercises increased muscle protein synthesis by 40% more than eating just egg whites, completely destroying the myth that egg whites alone are better for muscle building. The yolk contains vitamin D3, and here's something shocking. Your leg muscles have more vitamin D receptors than almost any other tissue in your body, meaning they're specifically designed to use this nutrient for strength and power, with research showing that people with optimal vitamin D levels have 37% stronger quadriceps and can rise from a chair 23% faster than those with low levels. Each egg yolk provides about 40 international units of vitamin D, but when chickens are pasture-raised and exposed to sunlight, that number jumps to 150 international units per egg, making them one of the only reliable food sources of this crucial vitamin besides fatty fish. And when you combine this with the complete protein profile of eggs, you're essentially giving your legs everything they need to maintain and build strength regardless of age. The cholesterol in egg yolks, once vilified, is now understood to be essential for producing testosterone and growth hormone, both of which directly influence leg muscle maintenance, and studies on adults over 70 show that those eating whole eggs daily have significantly better mobility scores and less muscle wasting than those avoiding yolks. To maximize the leg strengthening benefits of eggs, Eat them within 30 minutes of waking up because morning protein consumption triggers muscle protein synthesis that lasts throughout the entire day, and cook them sunny side up or soft-boiled rather than scrambled because excessive heat destroys up to 50% of the leucine content, while gentle cooking preserves nearly all of it. The sulfur compounds in egg yolks also support the production of glutathione, your body's master antioxidant that specifically protects muscle tissue from oxidative damage during movement. And when you eat eggs with vegetables like the spinach we just discussed, the fat in the yolk helps absorb all those fat-soluble vitamins that would otherwise pass right through your system. Research from Japan shows that eating 2 to 3 whole eggs daily is not only safe for most people but optimal for maintaining leg strength into your 90s. And the protein quality in eggs is so perfect that scientists literally use it as the gold standard to measure all other proteins against, with your leg muscles able to use 94% of egg protein, compared to only 74% from plant proteins. The transformation in your legs will be noticeable within weeks, but it pales in comparison to what happens when you add the next food. Number 3. Wild-caught salmon or sardines. The indigenous peoples of Alaska have known for centuries what science is just now proving. Eating fatty fish regularly creates legs so strong that 80-year-olds can still hunt and fish in harsh conditions that would challenge people a quarter their age. And the secret lies in omega-3 fatty acids that literally rebuild your muscle cells from the inside out. Wild-caught salmon contains 2 specific omega-3s called EPA and DHA that reduce muscle inflammation by up to 58%, while simultaneously increasing muscle protein synthesis by 30%, creating the perfect environment for leg strength maintenance and growth, even in advanced age. What makes these omega-3s absolutely crucial for leg strength is their ability to improve what scientists call neuromuscular connection, basically how well your brain communicates with your leg muscles, with studies showing that older adults who eat fatty fish twice weekly have 42% better balance and 35% faster reaction times in their legs, dramatically reducing fall risk. The protein in salmon is uniquely bioavailable, meaning your body can use nearly 90% of it immediately for muscle repair. But here's what's really fascinating. Salmon contains something called astaxanthin, the compound that gives it that pink color, and this antioxidant is 6,000 times more powerful than vitamin C at protecting muscle tissue from exercise-induced damage. Sardines might be even better than salmon for leg strength because they contain 375 milligrams of calcium per serving with the bones, and calcium isn't just for bones. It's essential for muscle contraction, with research showing that adequate calcium intake improves leg muscle power by up to 25% in older adults. The vitamin B12 in fatty fish is another game changer, with 1 serving of salmon providing 200% of your daily needs, and B12 deficiency is directly linked to muscle weakness, poor balance, and that frustrating feeling of heavy legs that many people experience as they age. To get maximum leg strengthening benefits from fatty fish, you need to eat it at least twice per week. And here's a crucial tip. Baking salmon at 275 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 to 20 minutes preserves 95% of the omega-3s, while grilling or frying can destroy up to 70% of these precious compounds through oxidation. If you can't afford wild-caught salmon regularly, canned sardines are an incredible alternative at a fraction of the cost, and eating them with the bones provides not just calcium, but also phosphorus and vitamin D, creating a triple threat combination for leg strength that's hard to match with any other single food. The Mediterranean diet's emphasis on fatty fish isn't coincidental. Populations that eat fish regularly maintain mobility and independence decades longer than those who don't, with Greek islanders in their 90s still walking miles daily on hilly terrain thanks to their fish-heavy diets. Get ready for the real game changer that's been hiding in plain sight. Number 2. Greek yogurt with live cultures. Scientists studying Bulgarian mountain villagers who regularly live past 100 with remarkably strong legs made a shocking discovery. Their daily consumption of fermented dairy products was creating a gut environment that literally manufactured muscle-building compounds that younger people's bodies couldn't produce. Greek yogurt isn't just protein in a cup. It's a living ecosystem of beneficial bacteria that produces something called short-chain fatty acids, specifically butyrate, which travels through your bloodstream to your leg muscles and triggers the activation of satellite cells, the stem cells responsible for muscle repair and growth. The casein protein in Greek yogurt is absorbed slowly over 6 to 7 hours, providing a steady stream of amino acids to your leg muscles throughout the night if eaten before bed, which is why studies show that people who eat Greek yogurt as an evening snack maintain 28% more leg muscle mass than those who don't. Full-fat Greek yogurt contains conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, a fatty acid that specifically targets leg muscle preservation while reducing harmful visceral fat, with research from the University of Wisconsin showing that older adults consuming CLA-rich dairy products could perform 40% more leg presses than a control group after just 12 weeks. The probiotics in Greek yogurt do something remarkable that no other protein source can. They actually improve your body's ability to absorb and utilize protein from all other foods you eat by up to 30%, meaning that every gram of protein you consume becomes more effective at building and maintaining leg strength. Plain Greek yogurt contains about 20 grams of protein per cup, but here's what most people miss. The whey protein fraction in Greek yogurt contains immunoglobulins and lactoferrin that reduce muscle inflammation and speed recovery, allowing your legs to grow stronger between activities rather than just maintaining their current state. To maximize the leg-strengthening benefits of Greek yogurt, choose varieties with at least 5 different live cultures listed on the label. Eat it with a handful of walnuts or almonds to add omega-3s and vitamin E, which enhance protein synthesis, and never heat it above 110 degrees Fahrenheit, or you'll kill the beneficial bacteria that make it so powerful. The traditional Greek practice of straining yogurt removes excess liquid and concentrates the protein to nearly double that of regular yogurt, while the fermentation process breaks down lactose and makes the nutrients more bioavailable. Which is why even people with mild lactose intolerance can often tolerate Greek yogurt and benefit from its muscle-building properties. Research from Athens University found that elderly Greeks who ate Greek yogurt daily had 52% less sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, than those who didn't, and their leg strength tests showed they could stand from a seated position an average of 3.2 seconds faster, which might not sound like much but represents a massive difference in functional strength and fall prevention. Prepare yourself for the number 1 food that changes everything about leg strength after 60. Number 1. Organic tofu or tempeh from non-GMO soybeans. The moment researchers discovered why Okinawan centenarians have the strongest legs of any elderly population on Earth, it sent shockwaves through the medical community. They eat tofu or tempeh literally every single day, and these soy products contain isoflavones that activate mTOR pathways in muscle tissue, essentially flipping a genetic switch that tells your legs to keep building muscle regardless of your age. This isn't just about protein. Although tofu provides all 9 essential amino acids in perfect ratios for muscle synthesis, it's about compounds called genistein and daidzein that bind to estrogen receptors in your muscle tissue and trigger anabolic processes that young people take for granted but older adults typically lose. Stanford University's longitudinal study on aging found that people who consumed 50 to 100 grams of tofu daily maintained 64% more leg muscle mass over a 10-year period compared to those who avoided soy, and brain scans showed better neuromuscular connections in the motor cortex regions controlling leg movement. The fermentation process in tempeh takes this to another level by creating vitamin K2, a nutrient that most Westerners are desperately deficient in, and K2 directly influences muscle mitochondria function while ensuring calcium goes into your bones instead of your arteries, keeping your legs both strong and properly supplied with oxygen-rich blood. Here's something absolutely crucial that most people don't understand. The isoflavones in soy are destroyed by excessive processing, which is why you need organic, minimally processed tofu or tempeh made from whole soybeans, not isolated soy protein powders or heavily processed meat substitutes that had had their beneficial compounds stripped away. Firm or extra-firm tofu contains about 10 grams of complete protein per 100-gram serving, but when you press the water out and pan-fry it with a small amount of sesame oil until golden, you concentrate the protein to nearly 15 grams while creating a crispy exterior that absorbs marinades containing leg-strengthening spices like turmeric and ginger. The magnesium content in tofu is exceptionally bioavailable, with one serving providing 15% of your daily needs in a form that goes directly to supporting muscle contraction and preventing those painful nighttime leg cramps that plague so many older adults. Japanese researchers discovered that eating tofu with fermented miso paste amplifies its muscle-building effects by 40% because the fermentation enzymes help break down the proteins into smaller peptides that are absorbed faster and more completely by aging digestive systems. Tempeh, being fermented, contains natural probiotics that enhance protein absorption while providing 20 grams of protein per 100-gram serving, making it even more powerful than tofu for leg strength, and Indonesian populations who eat tempeh daily show remarkably preserved leg muscle mass, even into their 90s, often walking several miles daily in mountainous terrain without difficulty. The key to maximizing benefits from soy products is consistency. Eating them daily in moderate amounts rather than occasionally in large amounts, because the isoflavones need to maintain steady levels in your bloodstream to continuously signal muscle growth and preservation in your legs. The transformation in your leg strength won't happen overnight, but commit to eating these 6 foods daily for just 30 days, and you'll feel the difference every time you climb stairs, get up from a chair, or simply walk through your day with newfound power and stability. Your legs are your foundation for independence. Feed them right, and they'll carry you strongly through every decade of your life. If this information opened your eyes to the power of nutrition for leg strength, hit that subscribe button for more science-backed health revelations. And remember, your strongest days aren't behind you. They're waiting in your kitchen. Thanks for watching, and here's to legs that never let you down.